Good Wednesday. It is Wednesday. And I have my lights on at the top of my cabinets. And I'm turning on lights around my house because it's dark. I don't know if you can see me in here, but it's dark. And why is it dark? Because it's getting ready to rain. So let me come in here a little bit in the light. And I'm hoping that the landscaper is going to be finished so I can go out and show you what he's done. As you have known, I've had an issue in getting a landscaper to my house over the last couple years. And so even last year we just forgot the mulch and everything. He said he's been doing this sort of work for 37 years. His dad used to own a nursery, so like he knows the names of all the trees and bushes. And it was really funny because when we go outside, every time we were talking about the different trees and bushes, like he knew the name of everything. So he's a professional, obviously, and he knows his stuff. He knows even all the names of the bushes and stuff. Okay, he's been here several times already, and he still has another at least 2 times to come here, which is going to make a total of 5 different days he's had to come here. And we've had to work between the really hot weather. Like last week, it was so hot that he didn't even come because it was like in the mid-90s, but with the heat index, it felt like it was way over 100. It was just too hot to work out there, so he didn't come last week. So what he did, and it took him 2 days to do this, he trimmed all of my bushes in the front and in the back. And so he did that over 2 days. Today's the 3rd day he's been here, and now he's doing all the mulching and he's weeding all the beds out. He probably is not going to have enough mulch to do around the garden, but that's okay because because it usually only takes about 8 bags of mulch if I go to Lowe's, so I'll just do that maybe this weekend and I'll mulch around there. But actually not this weekend. I'm going to wait because he still has to come to do the garden. We're not going to be able to get the garden in, but my weeds are super duper high. I showed you before how high they were. They're even higher than that. They're past my fence. So he's going to get all that taken care of. He's going to till it, and then I'm going to just lay tarps down till next spring, and hopefully then he'll get here early in the spring because now I have his business card, and then I can get my garden in next year. So he's got to take care of the garden, and then the other thing he's going to, well, 2 other things he's going to do. So as he's trimmed all the bushes, he's going to trim all my trees, and he's going to thin out some of my trees, like my plum trees behind my deck. He's going to thin all those out. They're too bushy. And if you don't thin your trees out, you can end up having problems with them uprooting and things like that. We have some dead bushes behind our pergola and the railing around the deck, and that's because the plum trees got so big that no sunlight could get in there. And see, when this guy had the house before us and he put all this landscaping in, he put too close together, and as things grow, you know, they don't get enough sunlight anymore, then they die off in that. So he's going to take those bushes out and everything. He's going to take our wood because he has a wood burning stove, so he's going to take the wood, and we're going to barter a little bit on the price of out there of what needs to be done still, because he's going to take our wood. And then where the wood pile is, behind the pergola, he's going to put in some shrubs that will tolerate the shade. And then we're going to mulch in there and just put in a bed back there. And then I'm thinking maybe next spring I might put some perennials in there or something like that. We'll see how it goes. So he's got that to do. So the garden, thinning out the trees, and then planting new bushes, and the mulching of the new bed. So that's going to be another time or 2. Well, another 2 or 3 more times to come here, I should say. So anyway, if the rain holds off and they go ahead and leave, I'm going to go outside and just show you, you know, what he's trimmed up, and just show you all the mulching and everything. Would you like to see Alex? Okay, so when he got sick last week, and I did the video that it's a miracle, seriously, it is a miracle, because today he should have like scabs. All those blisters should have turned to scabs by now, and maybe some of the scabs flaking off. Like I said, it's a bit like chicken pox, you know, where, you know, the scabs, the blisters scab over and everything. But I just want to show you how even more clear he is. What you doing? You're all smiles today. Last week You were crying and very unhappy. You want to turn around and show everybody how nice you look? Say, look at me. I just look like a normal Alex again. I look like a normal Alex again. Why don't you come over here? We'll turn on the light in the dining room. Say, look at me. Here, let me come around you. Oh, don't play peekaboo and be shy. Don't be shy. That's what he does now. When he gets shy, he doesn't want people to look at him. He covers his eyes. But there he is, you guys. And he's all back to normal. And I'm one happy bubby. I'm very happy. I don't like to see my little bugaboo unhappy and sad and running fevers and sick. I like to see him running around and eating and getting into the cabinets and pulling out his cookies and his potato chips and all that stuff. And I know you got to go out, Lucy. They got to wait. Hopefully they'll be finishing up here pretty soon, and then I can get them outside. I know you've been in here a very long time. You've been a very good girl. Lay down and hold it. Just lay down, girlies, and hold it, and it will be okay. And then you can go out. They can't go out. The gate's open. Alrighty, so here we go outside, and my crepe myrtles have bloomed. These are a little bit behind, maybe a week behind those. Those are in full bloom, and those are beginning to open. And you can see my bushes are all trimmed. And so this is what they did today. They did mulching, and he weeded all my flower beds too. And I've got to go get a couple blocks. I'm going to set my bench, each one of the legs on a brick so it doesn't sink down into the ground. That's what it did before. So, and they mulched all in here. All my bushes are trimmed. This is like a sandbox for Alex. He's playing in the mulch. And so my trees are down. And what he's going to do in the fall, can't do it now because it's summer. You have to wait till spring or fall to transplant anything. But he's going to dig this bush out here, and he's going to transplant it here. And some of my leaves on my crepe myrtle is falling. The guy sprayed for bugs, and it looks like some of my leaves are dying. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. So anyway, so you can see this is all trimmed up. We're waiting for new roses to come back out. And all that's mulched in there. And it's all mulched back in there. Usually I don't mulch back in here. I've told you guys, because these needles here pretty soon are going to turn brown and they'll start falling. But we had so much mulch that he decided to just use it and fill it in here. And so he did it all the way back on the other side. Go on. Look how big this thing's getting. And you like walking over your bridge. So he weeded everything too. It's him and his son-in-law. And sometimes he has his grandson. Oh, I gotta go get a bag. Look at what one of the girlies did already. They just came outside and they did a poo. Okay, so let's go outside. And my plants are getting big. That palm tree's even growing. I repotted that. And my citronella got so big, I did have it over here. I had to move it. And our patriot hostas, of course, they came into bloom on 4th of July, like they're supposed to. So we're all mulched in there, and mulched in here, and all behind there too. And all back in there. And then we're all mulched in here as well. And like I said, they cleaned out all the weeds and everything. I just need to go with some of my little lawn artifacts. I gotta, pull them out of the mulch. Bye, Adam. Adam's going back to work. And there's a frog back here. because they just kind of mulched around everything. They didn't pick them up. There. Get it out of there. So anyway, all back to normal, finally. So there we are. That's the front. And when he trimmed all the bushes in the back, he did them all in the front, all around the side, all down in there. He did everything. The only thing he hasn't trimmed up yet is trimming the trees. He's going to do that next week. What are we having for our lunch? Well, first of all, we didn't want to eat our breakfast today all the way. So we still have some more of our go-go, and we still have our cereals here. But what do we have? We have some potatoes and some carrots. So you work on that for a little while. And then we have 2 bottles of medicine here because Chloe had some surgery done. She had a couple little lumps. They were seriously the size of maybe a dime. But what vets do, they want to get clean margins. They want to make sure none of the cells have, you know, fanned out into the skin in case they were cancerous, which he didn't think that they were. And they send them off to the lab, and it came back non-cancerous. But let me just show you, for the size of a dime, this is what she looks like. So poor Chloe, look at that. See that big huge stitch there? But that's, like I said, the center of that, that's probably where the lump was, but then they have to go on the outer skin and take skin. Then she had one on her knee. Look at that. Same thing. So she had medicine. This one here was to keep her from getting infections. And then she started to cry really bad. I'm sure that that was really hurting her. And they didn't send her home with no pain meds. So the doctor called something in for Harry to go pick up. So those are Chloe's meds. Poor Chloe. She's got boo-boos, doesn't she? It'll be nice when the weeds are down from the garden. I should probably show you how tall those things are. It's ridiculous, but that's because we've been waiting for somebody to get here. And even though we've had this guy here a couple times, 3 times now over the last couple weeks, it's not on the agenda to do the garden yet. So in that 2 weeks, the weeds have continued to grow, unfortunately. So anyhow, and the beetles are back this year, and the exterminator came and he sprayed the trees. The plum trees are doing good, but he sprayed my 1 crepe myrtle over here that the flowers are just getting ready to come out, and leaves are starting to fall off of it. I don't know if that spray interacted with that. I don't know. I should have asked Dale. I was going to ask him that when he was here, but he's coming back next week. I'll ask him. So anyway, leaves are falling off. That's not a good sign. So anyway, now I hope it rains because my flowers need to be watered. And if they don't get watered and it doesn't rain, I'm going to have to go out there probably this evening and water. So there's not much to do today. I'm going to close this door. Not much to do because the house is pretty much tidy for the most part. Things to put away like this because this was left over from yesterday's dinner. I had a roast in the roaster with carrots and potatoes, and that was part of his lunch there. This can go there. I keep these out still because even though Alex is doing wonderful, I'm still disinfecting everything. What are you laughing at? Are you doing your random laughing again? He's been a happy boy since he came back yesterday. He's been laughing. And he's been smiling a whole bunch. He's a good boy. He does. He just roams around here just so happy and peaceful, and he just giggles and he smiles. And sometimes he's giggling and you're like, what are you giggling at? So anyway, he's very content. Are you chasing bubbles with the girlies? getting really windy because if you could see the sky, it's getting really gray. I think maybe we're going to get some rain and it's blowing in. That's what I'm hoping. But for now, we're just sitting out here watching bubbles. And Alex is playing with his trucks. Look at that, 3 girlies over there. We just put Chloe in the house. I raised my bench up on these bricks so that it doesn't sink down into the ground. So it's sitting up nicely now. I was having a hard time coming out here and sitting on this because it was so low to the ground, it's hard to get back up. Very nice. I can't wait to get all of this stuff trimmed out of here. Look at that over my window. And he's going to trim out those plums. Like I said, look how thick they are. Alex is still sitting over there, I guess on the deck with his lawn mowers. Oh, he's over by his pool. And this got buried. We got to pull that out. There we go. Oh. Let's move our toad house. Like that. Very good. What you doing, Lil? Look at all of these leaves that have fallen today. Look at, because he just mulched today. Look at that. All these leaves. Unreal. I hope that by spraying my tree here, that all the leaves are not going to fall off. That would be bad news. Oh, little butterfly. What happened to your wing? Something happened to you there. I'm so sorry. His wing is torn. Aww. What you doing up there? You gonna let your truck go down the slide? Let it go, it'll go fast. Lucy, you're still standing there. You're still standing there. We need rain really bad. Look at the yard. It's drying out. Ew. Look at my weeds. Oh yeah, let me take a quick walk back there. Let's see. He's still with his truck, I think. Yes. Look at that. It should be plants. It should be vegetables and all kinds of nice things in here, but that's what happens when you don't get any callbacks. And because it's taken so long, look at this. This is disgusting. So we go back here. Oh, look at you. You're sitting there watching your bubbles. Did you climb up onto the love seat? Uh-oh. Sounds like the bubbles are almost out. We got to fill it up. You got your truck? Alright, I filled it up, but it doesn't want to go for some reason. I don't know why. It's going really slow. Oh, maybe the batteries need to be replaced. You sitting by the flowers? You watching your bubbles? Yeah, I think it's the batteries. Well, I'll just let that go until the bubbles stop, and then we'll put new batteries in. Okay, I gotta throw this thing out. The dog's chewed his Jake up. Oh, we used our grill. Oh, that grill is so nice. And to put the hickory, and there's all different kinds of like wood chips that you can put in there to flavor your meat. Oh, it was so good. So we wanted to use the grill. I think this last weekend we weren't able to use it, but I don't know. Maybe this weekend we'll grill out. Are you going to sit there and pull petals apart? And what are you going to do? You're going to eat bubbles? Well, I thought I'd come outside and sit for a little bit. I got my sweat jacket on because it's cold in the house with the air conditioner on, but it's warm out here and now I'm going to have to take it off if I stay out here. It's late. It's after 8 o'clock, probably about 8:15. We still had no rain. We just had like cloudy skies. What's really weird, it rained everywhere around us. My kids, no matter what direction they were at because of work, they came home. It didn't rain here. It poured where we were. And then Harry had to work up by Harrisburg today, and he has to come home through Lancaster. And by the time he got in Lancaster, it was flooded, and he was at a standstill on the highway where it was merging to get off. And he had to pull into a Walmart parking lot, I guess, with a bunch of other people, and just wait until the floodwaters were able to go down through the sewers and everything. So I'm hoping, he has no rain on the way home. However, as soon as he gets home, I hope it pours, because we didn't get any rain today at all, and we really need it. So anyway, Alex fell asleep already. Went to bed early. He's tired. And we had a good day today. It was a nice day. So I don't know if it's going to rain tomorrow or not. Josiah's off for the next 3 days, and there's something that we were wanting to do tomorrow. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if it rains or not. So anyhow, you guys, this is it for my vlog for today. And I'll see you guys next time.